called in
to Box and Brews, you might hear something
you can use.
like tips on your cash or tips on the suds.
You're gonna want to
The
use
smarts of these
because
stuff.
they know the brews.
And they know the box, and they know they can't help the stubborn fucks.
So listen up, because shit's not funny.
And save yourself some
Beer money. Bucks.
and brews.
Bucks and
Bucks
And
brews.
brews.
Bucks and Brews.
Welcome back to Bucks and Brews. Nick, I've not seen you in ages.
I'm sorry, man. That's my fault. Vacations just get in the way.
And they definitely do. So, what's our new start?
As always, guys, like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family. We appreciate you listening to us.
You know, I say new. We've done that for like over a year now.
Yeah, but it's new to me.
So, what are you drinking, my friend?
Bottle of Dasani water. Crisp, clean, refreshing.
You're almost out.
I have another one in the car.
It's almost like we've been doing this for a little bit today.
Yeah, it's weird.
So, I have from Revolution Brewing, a caramel crisp caramel popcorn ale. It's creme brulee like sweetness, lightly salted finish from Revolution Brewing with Garrett's popcorn.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
It is delicious. There's just a couple swallows left. And
Yeah.
after I'm done with that, I'm going to, from Rogue, a Shakespeare stout. There's nothing to writing your own story. It's on Nitro.
There we go.
So that'll be great. So we just finished up a holiday episode, but now we're going to do one of our favorite things.
Yeah.
We're going to Reddit.
We say
And we're going to talk about all the issues out there in Reddit land and how can we help you with your money problems.
essay, and actually should have done this a couple seconds ago. I'm part of a dad's group on Facebook, and so I'm gonna ask them. I'm recording a podcast.
Who has questions?
Yep. What financial questions do you have?
I could go to the personal finance subreddit, but they kicked me out.
Say, oh man. All right, so I went into debt as my topic,
Okay.
and all right, so one of the first things that popped up was an episode that we've already done.
Okay, what is
But it says worth anything,
it? Okay.
and it is an old $100 bill from 1993, but it is a star note.
Okay.
So we learned about that in our little thing.
With Brent Ashcroft.
Yeah, I say who's no longer doing that, right?
He still consults, but he is not technically doing that. He's back in the news.
Yeah. So, but right, like I would tell you, yes, that's potential that it is worth something. It's a star note. It's one thing we've learned.
Yeah, we need to have Brent back on.
We should. And then let's say, yeah. Oh, sorry. It was Dave Ramsey's subreddit type thing. It's not like Dave Ramsey's
Fuck
answer.
him.
But I enjoy. So do you have a question or are you going with this one?
Let's go with what
All
you
right.
got.
Should I pay off my car or sell it? I'm trying to decide if I should sell my car or keep making payments on it. I pay extra principal on it every month and could pay it off in about 14 to 16 months. I currently live in the US but have plans to move back home to the UK about 4 to 5 years time. I own a townhome with 190,000 remaining on the mortgage. I want to try to pay it off and turn it into a rental property before I move. This is a large SUV. I have a toddler and a newborn, so it's roomy enough. I'm 6'5", but it guzzles gas, 15 miles to the gallon. The SUV is worth $35,000 private. I owe 26, and my payments are $572 a month. I work from home, and this is my only vehicle. This is our only vehicle. I make $5,000 a month. Mortgage payment is $1,850. No other debt. I'm wondering if it is wise to pay off the vehicle or keep it. If I should sell it and get a Camry hybrid for like $14,000 and put the money I was paying towards the SUV on my mortgage. I am a car guy and love an SUV and having a hard time letting it go. So need some advice.
So myself, I would sell it
Okay.
because you're not upside down on it.
Okay.
I might not go for the Camry. So one thing I've been watching a lot lately because I got a employee that's looking to buy their first vehicle.
Okay.
There's a lot of county auctions in the area. that you can buy county vehicles for, which you know are maintained, and you can buy them for really good pricing. I mean, SUVs, 100,000-ish miles, 5 grand maybe.
Yeah.
And again, I don't really like a 100,000-mile vehicle, but if I can pay 5 grand for one, I'm all about that.
Yep.
So I'm probably, because he has so much equity in this vehicle, saying, yeah, sell that, get something cheaper, throw that extra money towards other debt that you have. That way, when you're looking to move back in 4 or 5 years, maybe you don't have any debt. Your thoughts?
So if my numbers are kind of correct, right?
Mhm.
So between the house and the car, I have $2,400
A month.
of month, but I'm making 5,000. So I'm not even half of mine between that. You're overpaying on it currently. You're doing things. Do you need to? No, not at all, honestly.
No, you could keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, you're bringing this to my attention because you have a want to do other things.
Correct.
You're paying it off in 14 to 16 months. No other debts, right? Because we're not paying anything. So if we can do, and you said you owe 26. So 26,000 paid in 14 months, let's just say. Now we owe 190 on the house.
Mm-hmm.
190 divided by 26,000 is 7 years. So you won't be able to pay your house off in the same time. But if so, you have to figure out, like, he wants it to be a rental, or they want it to be a rental. And so if you have to figure out which one's more of a priority, right? The car that you have and you're okay with, or if you really want this house to be paid off. Because if you start putting that $600 extra towards your house, we basically have proven that we can get this thing paid off in the time frame, right?
Oh, absolutely.
600 times the 5 years, so it's 60 months, 36,000 extra. Yeah, I mean, you can become really, really close to getting it done. So I think, to me, I think you really can just make it happen quickly.
Yeah.
And figure your priorities, right? It's your only car. You're a car guy, you like it. I mean, you're only here for another 5 years, which seems like forever, but it's also going to go really quick. You
Very
might as well
fast.
enjoy the time while you're here, right?
Right.
You're ahead of the game. So 5 years from now, honestly, go on to Kelley Blue Book and see what something 5 years old looks, or how much that's worth, right? Figure out your average miles that you're putting in, and see if that's the way to go. So, in a nutshell, I guess that's just kind of my quick opinion.
So my catfish right now that texted me out of the blue wants to know, she's done waiting for me.
For what?
Dinner. We're getting dinner, remember?
Yeah.
She goes, enough already. I'm on the road now, booked in Uber. I said, all right, tell me where, I'll meet you there. So we're just going to see what that comes back with. All right. So I want to take us outside of our comfort zone for the next question. We're going to go international. 24-year-old male, ideas on where to make the most of my money. Hi, guys. I've been on this chat for a while now, and I just wanted some general advice in my finances and banking and a few ideas. I've come out of university and I'm working full time. I'm on a base salary plus commission where I estimate to gradually earn up to hopefully around 2.5 to 3.5K pounds on an average month before tax.
Okay.
I'm 24 and I see so much different shit about what a good wage is in the UK for someone my age and still have no clue. I'm very fortunate in I pay very little rent and I'm just paying a car off at 400 pounds a month, for which I was interest-free loaned money from a family member. Anyway, my question is, in terms of bank accounts, ISAs, and whatnot, what's the general sort of advice? Because I'd like to make the most of it financially and have a few regrets when looking back in my 20s about where I should have and could have put my money. Currently, I have a standard NatWest account with a terrible interest rate. This definitely takes us outside of our comfort zone because we don't know a whole lot about international banking.
At all, right? What's an ISA?
No fucking clue.
Okay. So we'll look that up real quick.
Because everybody wants to know now.
Of course. There's got to be investment accounts. Sorry. An IS individual savings account.
Okay.
Okay. So there's got to be, and so did it say where they're from? Was it England?
UK, yeah.
UK. England, UK investment accounts.
Wow.
Yeah, buddy.
That was interesting.
Dude, look at my paper.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it like got all over.
I mean, we literally missed nothing with that fucking explosion.
Damn.
All right.
All right.
That's half the beer is gone.
Oh shit. Okay.
You want to try?
No, not really. Fuck.
That's everything that exploded. That's how much is fucking left.
Wow, really?
It's not great either, is it?
No. Oh.
I don't know what the fuck we were talking about.
All right, so some guy in the UK
In the UK.
who's young is going to be making some decent money as a young kid, wants to know what to do with investments. So, and we're going to try to figure out what we can do to help this person get to the right stuff.
Correct.
So, UK does have investment funds. It looks like Barclays is the best investment bank over there. So I would go talk to them, figure out what types of things they can do. Oh, Vanguard Asset Management has a UK division. So
Do love Vanguard
Yep.
funds.
literally just go fucking talk to Vanguard. Fidelity actually has one as well, 25 a month or 1,000, whatever. So you have investments. So I don't know. I don't think you guys get Social Security over there. I don't know how it
All
works.
right. They get government aid
Yep.
because they, well, I mean, they're not that far from us, but they care a little bit more than we do here.
Yeah. And so yeah, go talk to my best advice is go talk to one of them. An investment banker over there. Find somebody that you like that coordinates with you. If you're young and technology hip, figure out because Vanguard is pretty easy to use, right? Just
It is.
set your own fund up. It's going to be cheaper to do a robot, but figure out. You said you have cheap rent, you have cheap everything else. Yeah, I would just honestly go with whatever you feel like you can afford, and invest that amount of money.
We're kind of a shit show over
Yeah,
here
we
today.
are.
My God.
So, I always say, right? I don't know if they have limitations over there on what your max like IRA could be or things like that. Figure out what your max is, and if you can afford that, do it, right?
Absolutely.
You're always going to make more money. You're at the
Mhm.
beginning of your career, so you're going to make more money throughout life.
Yeah, the more you can do now, the better it is.
Yep. So no regrets.
Do you have a question?
Oh, all right. So you didn't get a chance to answer that, I guess. I didn't know if you.
I mean,
wanted-
I'm online with you. I don't know a ton about international accounts. I would, look for a robo investor in the area. Whether Betterment might have something in England.
I don't know. Yeah.
If they do, that's a great option. Vanguard's always a good option. Their funds do pretty well.
All right. Here we go. This is gonna be a very long one.
Okay.
Pay off my $1 million home with stocks? Question mark.
Okay.
My wife and I are very lucky. Her parents gave us $900,000 down payment to buy a home, so long as that's what we used it for.
Okay. Can I get parents like that?
Right. Excuse me. We bought a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom in a HCOL city. I don't know what that
Looking
means.
it up.
For 1.34, so $1,349,000. We combine
High cost of living city.
high cost of living. Okay, thank you. We combine for $260,000 in salary, an additional 150 in stocks and bonuses.
So how much in salary combined?
260, but now
Okay.
stocks and bonuses, we're putting us at 310.
Okay.
We currently have $440,000 left on a 30-year mortgage at 6.5%. We live off of 260 very easily. We're not even 30 years old. I max out my 401k HSA and do a backdoor Roth.
What are rates right now? Do you know?
Like 5.5.
I would look at
Refining.
refining that into a 15 if you could, or maybe even a 20. Because you're very comfortable at your payment.
Yep.
So if you could be still comfortable at a higher payment and pay it off quicker, I would always be in favor of that.
So, but their question is,
Okay.
right? So his wife has 150 sitting in her company stock account,
Mhm.
trading window. Uh, should I put the whole 150 and owe 300K, pay less than interest, blah blah. So should
So
they take their stock money?
their stock money's tied up in the companies they work for.
Seems like it, yeah.
Okay.
They have a $30,000 sitting in a different stock emergency fund, basically. Um, Too much to put into real estate, yeah. So, right, should they take that and do that?
So my initial question would be, what company do you work for? Because if you work for Apple, maybe I don't want you to cash in your stock. You know, if you work for Amazon or Disney, maybe I do. It really depends on, to me, on what is your company, what does the stock prospectus look like? Has it been gaining? Has it been losing? Has it just stayed steady? Because let's say it's 10% year over year. Would I say take that out? Fuck no. Keep your 10% savings. Is it 4% year over year? Would I say take that out? Absolutely. I can do better than 4%.
Right. Well, I'm saying that's you have to do better than 6.5, in my opinion, right? But
Right.
so if it was in, if it's just your company, figure out what they're paying, what they've been paying out, right? You're getting it for free, so it is free money. Sure, you're working for it type of a thing, but it's the bonus. My other thing is, um, stocks are supposed to average 10% over 10 years,
Mhm.
right? So,
That's the hope.
that's kind of the basics, right? So you're gonna outgain what you would do, hopefully, theoretically, in that. Um, I honestly, you're you have a decent payment, right? I would exactly what you're doing right now, or what you talked about, right?
Yeah.
Look into refining, right? It's going to cost you a little bit of money, but
In the long run,
you're going to continue to pay. Mortgage rates today are
on a 15.
on a 15. Actually, it's 6.4.
Okay, so what's it
So
on
they're
20?
they're at 6.4 right
Okay.
now. So, um, keep it the same. Actually, well, rates went up a little bit. 30-year fixed is 7.4.
And they'll be coming down.
Yeah, hopefully. Feds did announce it, so
Shocks me that
mortgage demand
30's
falls as interest rates surge higher ahead of elections. So we'll see what happens. But so my opinion, right? You don't need to pay your house off. If you want to, go ahead if it makes you feel better as a person.
right.
But you're not in a bad position. You're sitting just fine. You have enough equity in your house in case shit happens.
You make a decent amount of money, you're not struggling.
Right. You
Bills
live
are
off
paid.
you live off of 260. You're making another 150 in bonuses and everything. And that's all being invested. So you're doing, a third of your wages instantly and
Mm-hmm.
investing. You're smart. You're maxing out your 401k, your HSA. You're doing all that. Do you do it to save to the percentages? Again, this goes back to a David thing, right? Are you happy you're having a no mortgage? Or are you content with having a mortgage and living, it all depends on what your next
What type
wants
of
are.
investor are you?
Right. I think about it every day. Should I pay it off? And I look at it and just go, very content with it. And I need the write-offs. I need the things. Like that's just gotta happen. So
With my OCD, you know what I look at?
what's that?
I look at the number. So like let's say my payoff right now is $74,218.45.
Yeah.
What do you think I'm going to pay?
the 1845.
100%. I'm going to make a payment of that
That's what I always did.
because I need to get it down to an even number
Yeah.
because I like even numbers.
Exactly how I used to do it. And then my interest would come in and I'd redo it again the next
Yeah.
month. Yep.
100%. Every month I sit there and I go, okay, what can I look at that gets me to a number I like? Do I want it to be at 50? Do I want it to be at,
Yep.
the next 100 down? Where do I want it? Where do I feel comfortable?
Well, and that's what, I always, so we go back into the budgeting thing. My checking account always has $1,000 in it, right? And so back when I was grinding and saving,
Mhm.
on every Thursday night, I would, right before bed, I would log into my phone and transfer every penny over $1,000 over to my savings, whether it was 37 cents, $1.55, 120, right? Like, and change, like whatever. What I started at 1,000 every month, right? So hey, I guaranteed I had myself an emergency fund for like if I need I had to get towed out one morning or whatever. But I just pulled that over. But to this person, for your house, no, you don't have to. Should you? No, in theory, you're supposed to out earn it. But again, we don't know what company you work for. We don't know, and how much do you trust in your company? I mean, you're making $260K a year between the two of you. I think you're doing just fine. So, and we also want kids in 3 to 5 years. Want to combine heavy into 529 right after they're born. You have all the money to do that, right? You have everything. You're not say you're being a Nick right now and you need to stop. You have plenty of money. You're going to be all right. Just take a deep breath and yeah, max out everything. Start doubling down, pay your house off. Here's my thing. I tell everybody, right? Overpay on your house and see how much you like to live without that money
Uh-huh.
and having your house paid, because you're going to look at it and go, oh, like you're like me and you, right?
Yeah.
We're going to chase that high of like, oh man, I'm getting it paid off. I'm getting it paid off. Or did you enjoy going out and having a steak dinner or whatever the hell you do, right? More than you enjoyed paying that house extra.
Well, see, and I keep looking at it going, okay, if I get the house paid off,
Mhm.
I take a couple more trips a year.
Yep.
And that's where my brain always is. So when I look at what's out there, I go, okay, how much extra can I throw because I want this paid off? I redid my mortgage right at the end of 2020 or beginning of 2021 into a 15.
Yeah.
Which means it would be paid off in 2036.
Yep.
Right now I'm on track to have it paid off in 33.
There you go.
My goal is to have it paid off in 30.
30, yeah. Which is
6
years.
6 years from now. Well, 5 years from now.
Yeah. Close.
And again, if I can't hit that, that's fine.
You're a hell of a lot
But
farther.
that's the goal.
Yeah. When your original date was what?
36.
No, first one.
Oh, I bought it in 2007. 36. 30 years? 46?
So you bought it in
I
07?
bought it in 07. So
17,
46.
27, 37.
Okay, so 37.
So you
Man, I can't do math anymore.
let's say you refied for 1 year earlier,
Uh-huh.
and you saved a crap ton of interest.
So I refied originally 2012-ish
Okay.
into a new 30
Okay. So that would have put you at
because I wanted to get rid of
22, 32,
the
42.
PMI insurance.
Oh, that would have put you at 42 then at
Yep.
that point.
And then I refied it in the end of 20, beginning of 21 for
Back to
50.
where you were
Correct.
for cheaper amount. Okay.
Right.
So, I mean, you're still a year ahead of time, and you're gonna save yourself a crap ton of
Oh,
money.
and I'm going to be way more than a year ahead of time because I'm already 3 years ahead of the schedule I'm on.
Yeah. Holy shoot. Sorry.
Did you find a good one?
I know I wanted to. Sorry, you read a hell of a lot faster than me.
Well, I can read that in a second. Let's read this one first.
Yeah.
Collections advice, because I love collections. Hello. I have a collections from a total around 7K stupid program I signed up for. Anyways, I paid over 2K then. I stopped paying because of financial difficulties. Been doing some research. The collector is Sequum Solutions. So here's my question. 1, I didn't use credit. I used debit.
Mhm.
2, the payments were monthly around 300. But it went through a financing company called Special Financing Company LLC. Is there a specific approach to take here? The debt has been sold to another company. From my studies, I should call them, ask for written verification. along with proof, including statute of limitations, any proof, and original contract. After that, what? Any advice or guidance? Thank you. I want to avoid paying it at all costs due to the fact that one, the original course I signed up for was a scam / money grab. Two, I can use the money better now. Three, the whole situation, want to get it over. I can pay a little monthly, but I don't want to have to do that. What are your thoughts? First thought is your English is awful. I hope that it's not your first language, because I had a really hard time following some of that. My second thought is, so I got some videos recently from a listener, and they're like, well, if the debt's been sold to a third party, then you don't technically owe it anymore, so you can just not pay it. And I said, well, that only is accurate in certain very slim situations. For the most part, it's still your debt. You still have to pay it.
Right.
So the question then lies in, do you want to take the hit to your credit for the next 10 years? Or do you want to get this cleared up? Nick, you and I both know. If somebody bought that debt, let's say it's a $10,000 debt, because I like round numbers. They bought a $10,000 debt for $800.
Yeah, I mean, maybe 2,000, right? 20 cents on the dollar.
Maybe,
right?
Probably less.
But in the right, probably, but like, somebody's already eaten it. They're going with it, and
yeah, because that original company's not getting that money.
Correct, right?
You're dealing with a debt collector now. They're getting the money.
Yep. And so, but you're still entitled, they're still entitled to 10K. So, but let's just give them 20 cents on the dollar. And so if they're going to pay somebody, they have to do all their filing, whatever. If you were to be able to go in and 4,000, right? And double their money, and you're not being a headache. Tell me who wouldn't take that, right?
A lot of people would.
And again, after 10 years, you can.
One of my friends, he had all these debts, and he came over one day, and Dawn and I sat there calling all of them, and some of them were like, well, you owe us $1,500. We'll settle for $9 in 3 equal payments. Cool. Here's my account number. Pull it from my account, because he doesn't have $300 a month.
Right.
But you're going to take, $300 the next 3 months. Cool.
Yep.
Done.
Send it in writing.
Right.
So that way.
There's another one. He owed like $3,600, and they were willing to settle for like 28.
Yep.
Here's my account number. Take it.
Yep.
We're done here.
I'm saying you're going to be able to get it for pennies on the dollar. So
absolutely.
You really think, so what should you do? I mean, just call and save up a few bucks, call them and say, hey, this is what I'm going to offer you. If you take it, great. If not, your credit's already hit, so you're not going to do any worse, right? The problem is if you go to rent a place, you're going to have an open judgment, and so that could deny you for something. And then, so I again, I like to pay pennies on the dollar.
I do too.
It makes so much sense.
You had a long one you wanted me to read?
I lost it already.
Oh. Sorry about your luck.
Right. I basically just started. All right, so how to make enough money to pay off debts. I basically just started playing the game. Although after hearing what can happen, I want to make enough money so I can take on life's debts. I work in a kitchen currently, and don't want to say, sorry. I work in a kitchen currently and don't want to have to make money by doing OnlyFans or other acts. I want to do things morally. How can I guarantee that I can make enough money?
Okay.
This is very, very simple for me.
Yep.
Well, go ahead.
No, don't ask me. I was looking for
this is budget, right? That's the word, right? The word you're looking for is budget. Have a budget. That's how you know you're going to be able to make it, right?
How old are they?
They didn't say. No, but it was say they were young, and
did I hear something about OnlyFans?
they didn't want to do OnlyFans. They didn't want to do things illegal to make enough money to live life.
I mean, that's not illegal. Did you know?
No, they didn't want to do OnlyFans or other illegal
Oh.
things.
Did you know to put your feet on Feet Finder costs you money?
No.
I didn't either.
Huh.
So I know somebody that was looking at joining Feet Finder to put their feet on,
Yeah.
so people would pay them for their feet.
Yeah.
And they go, it costs $15 a month to have your feet listed on Feet Finder. First off, feet are gross.
To you,
Who the fuck's paying for that shit?
weirdos. I mean, normal people that have fetishes that are fine.
But
Um,
I would not pay $15 to have my feet fucking listed. Maybe there are people out there. Maybe there are people out there that like that. But I was talking to this person. I'm like, I think that's a little steep. I don't know.
How much can you make?
Honestly, Nick, I don't know because I don't like feet, so I've never looked into it. But $15 for a month to me is a little steep.
Yeah.
I mean, if they were charging somebody $5 a month to throw up their feet, okay, you could probably make that back. Maybe there's a huge market for it that I don't understand. There's a lot of things out there I don't necessarily understand, but this really got off tangent on what your question.
No, sorry. So, right, we were talking about doing only. They didn't want to do.
Yeah, they don't want to do OnlyFans or anything else that might be
But
illegal.
it costs $15 to be on Feet Finder.
It does, and I thought that was crazy.
Hmm. You have one?
I do.
All right. If not, I got a good one that's actually right up your alley.
All right, well, we're gonna do this one first, then we'll go to yours. Don't lose it.
No, I won't.
I'm retiring in your 40s. I'm doing some math, and I was hoping people can check it out to see if what I'm thinking makes sense. Initially, I thought you needed at least 2.8 million to comfortably retire. It seems that if you have 1.8 million all invested in the S&P 500 at a 7% return rate, hypothetically, and you pull out 10K per month, this money can definitely roll for you indefinitely.
No.
Math is a bit weird. Math is not weird at all, by the way. But I'm assuming 10% return with a 3% inflation, which results in a 7% return, since you'd be pulling out that 3% compounded inflation value to adjust your 10K per month. Living on 100K after taxes, annual salary can be comfortable, especially if the house is all paid off and you live in the Midwest. And if you're in your 40s, you can still pick up consulting jobs here and there. Just hoping people can double check the math here. And also, what is your investment goal number? Retire early goal number. If you're retiring in your 40s, you cannot do it on 1.8 million. I mean, you could.
You could.
But I would be very skeptical.
Why? 1.8, 1.8
How long are you going to live?
forever. $1.8 million, right? Would be $72,000 a year, right? Now after taxes, let's call it $54,000.
Okay.
Your house is paid off. What? Right? I mean, we don't know. I mean, right? That's perfect for me. I made $40,000 in my job when I was working. Sure, you need insurance, but again, you're showing a small income, so now you can, with Obamacare and whatever you want to call it, right? What's the word they use now?
The Affordable Care Act.
Affordable Care Act, right? It's pretty reasonable to have health care like that. If you have a spouse that works, you can just health care like me. Also, you don't have to take the draw for your money because you don't, and so you could, in theory, right, get on government assistance, right? So you could be on Medicare,
You can only be on Medicare if you're over 59 and a half.
Okay, fine, Medicaid, right? So you have no income. So you'd be
You
on
can only
Medicaid.
be on Medicaid if you have under a certain amount of money.
Correct. No, it's under a certain amount of income.
Okay.
So, right, I mean, if you were
But they
investing-
count anything you're pulling out of your investment accounts as income.
and so if you don't draw it, and if you don't have, like, right, you can own it back.
Like it's $22,000 a year.
Something small. But right, so if you, it depends on when it falls, right? So if you get hurt in January and you haven't made your pull, right? I mean, granted, they're going to look back on the year, but if you make your pull and you do it, everything. Also, the numbers, right? So 7% is no, God, no, you can't like stop relying on 10%. You're fucking insane. The average that they suggest is 4%.
Mhm.
Okay. 4% is a return that you should be able to hit almost no matter what. You're gonna have lowers than that during times of life. Like we're potentially come into it here soon.
Yeah, the recession in 2008.
Correct, right? But you'll gain it back over time, and it took a few years to get back, but you're back there. So, but if you continue to just withdraw your minimum, so like you would only withdraw that, and I would suggest doing it, on a if you're good at budgeting. I mean, 40 years old, you have to be decent at it, right? But so every month, every 3 months, take your withdrawal from what you need to, and you could do it now.
1.8 million, estimating you need to live 35 years.
Yeah,
That that is too tight for me.
yeah, but
Way too tight.
that's for you. But I mean, people that look into the fire movement and people that look. So again, um, sorry, my mom ring.
Ring, ring.
Uh, sorry, but yeah. So to me, that's perfectly fine. It's an okay number. Your house is paid off. You're doing just fine.
Yeah, I'm
we
not
don't-
feeling that.
Yeah, I know. You have a bigger lifestyle.
I didn't think I had that big of a lifestyle, but it's definitely more than 1.8 million for 35 years.
If not longer than 35. I mean,
Yeah, I'm just guessing that you'll die at 75 because you're a dude.
say, but I mean,
And
that's hard to
dude's
say.
life expectancy in the US is what, like 72 and a half years?
Yeah, way more than me. But
Again, my plan for my daughter to live out the rest of her life is I have to drop dead at my job because then she has a lot of money.
she gets, yeah, so you get more if you die at work.
Yeah.
But so I honestly, your numbers are wrong, but they say 4% is what you're allowed to give yourself and never touch the principal, right? So you'll live off of $50,000 a year. I don't know what you're making currently, um, how to get there, but yeah, that's to me, honestly, it's very doable. It's very easy. You're on the right basic track. But again, this person said $100,000. That's great versus $50,000, right? I think you gotta double your figure and figure that out. So, um, I'll quickly run it over one more quick time. It's the rule of 25. So whatever you want to live off of per year, times it by 25. That's the amount of money you need invested to pull 4% and to never touch that principal, right? So again, if we do $100,000, what you need $2.5 million, and you could live off of 100,000 a year, roughly, right? Sure, your investment will go down to 2.2 and up to 2.7, but always stick around that
Yeah.
2.5 range. And you'll never, in theory, touch it. There's always going to be but again, we go back to sickness. If you end up in the hospital, like if we do things,
You need a roof.
there's things that happen, right? Well, say roof, you should be budgeting, right? And it sucks to say that, but like that a roof right now costs 10 grand, just stupid number. And so every month for the next 10 years, like when you take your draw, now you're just taking out $100, $100.
Yeah, but who
$100.
does that?
No.
You might do it. I might do it, but who does that in real life?
Nobody, right? But I mean,
How many people do you know go buy a fucking pickup truck for $80,000 every 4 years?
I know too many, and I get pissed because every time I'm like, hey, can I just get when you go trade it in, can I get a good deal on it? Oh no, it's just easier to trade it in. No, it's not.
No,
No, it's not easier.
you're probably getting less
Say-
money too.
No, I say I'd give them what they give them.
You would. You're
Yeah,
right.
because I'll say that's who I am. But because otherwise I have to go pick it up from them, and then they're charging me more money. So, but yeah, that's just my quick rundown. Yeah, your numbers are wrong. You have a great theory. Your numbers are wrong. Go look into what's called fire movement. That's going to help you a heck of a lot better. So,
So you had a great question.
I had a question that's you're going to love.
Okay. What do you got?
I'm so sorry. Ring ring.
Ring, ring.
Yes.
Again?
Yes, sorry. And here we go. Being sued by Capital One. A sheriff stopped by today when I wasn't home. He left a card, and I called. I am being sued by Capital One for unpaid credit card debt, but he hasn't given me any paperwork yet. I checked my county website, and it looks like they filed 10/18 of 24. What should I do? Freaking out right now.
Well, you got a couple options.
Yep.
You could call them and try to settle. You could start making payments. You could file bankruptcy. So back when it was easier to file bankruptcy before George W.
Really?
fuck shit up, I might have gotten sued by Discover Card.
Mm-hmm.
And I might have turned around 2 days after they served me and walked into the district court in Grand Rapids and filled out paperwork to file bankruptcy. And that stopped the suit against me. So you have options. None of them are great options. So whether you decide to go the bankruptcy route or whether you decide to call them up and see what a settlement might be or what payments might be, if they're taking you to court, they're probably past the payment option. They're probably looking more for a settlement at that point or a garnishment of your wages. So you have options. They're all bad. The hope would be to head that off before you get to the point of getting served. If you do that, you have a lot more options. But I mean, these things happen. You let it go a little too long. Okay, fine. Myself, I would probably start with calling them and saying, okay, what can we do here? If they're not willing to play ball, I'm probably calling a lawyer and saying, okay, what can we do here? If all else fails and you have not two fucking nickels to rub together, file bankruptcy and be done with it. Because maybe they force you to go to chapter 13 and you have to make payments. Maybe you can go chapter 8 and just get out of it.
Yeah.
Any of them are an option. Any of them might be a better option than dealing with the credit card company.
Well, and one other quick advice is, make sure you document the fact that you tried to make
Mhm.
to work with them and to make a payment. Hey, even if it's $1, right? The judge is gonna go, hey, have you tried to work with them? Yeah, this is the conversation we had. So it's an option that's out there. It's not an easy spot to be in, but I think that
You want a story?
I I have one I'd like to jump you if that's all right.
Go ahead.
It's near and dear to my heart, and I'm gonna take a little turn. I read most of it, but I didn't hear the financial part of it. So
I was actually leaning into what you just said.
on the back one?
Yeah.
Oh, please.
So when I filed bankruptcy,
Yeah.
there was a company, City Financial, which is owned by Citigroup, that refused 2 payments of mine. They were $5 checks, but they refused them. And I sat in front of the judge and he goes, all right, what's the deal with this? I said, well, I sent them a $5 check and they sent it back to me. And then the next month I sent them a $5 check and they sent it back to me. And he goes, all right, well, that debt doesn't exist. And I went, excuse me? And he goes, they refused your payment. That debt doesn't exist. So we don't need to talk about them. That doesn't need to be discussed at all. It's just gone. And I went, sweet.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Thank
You
you.
have something.
All right. So my wife's cousin took his own life not too long back, and it's very hard. And so I kind of read this, and so it got to me real quick. Just tired of it all. I've made 3 attempts in my life due to my depression, and now I'm finding myself in a pit again. I might have Crohn's disease, which is the same disease my wife's cousin had, but it hasn't been diagnosed yet. This spring, I had multiple GI appointments in the hospital. Visit. There wasn't enough damage, I guess. I'll just go F myself. I'm now 2 weeks out of work and back in the hospital. It wouldn't be that bad if I liked. It wouldn't be that bad if I liked it like my dead stepbrother did. But I hate the feeling of morphine. The good sucks. I'm broke as hell, over $10,000 in debt, as much as I'm allowed. I don't know what to do other than just take out a fat loan and throw it all in one hand of blackjack. If I win, then maybe I'll have the motivation to keep going. They did follow it up with, and my therapist canceled a session due to illness and then ghosted me. So I don't know about more of that, but suggestions for a person that's $10,000 in debt, can't seem to work because they have Crohn's or potential, and they're constantly in the hospital. So,
I don't have a whole lot for that.
right. So, to me, one, just, you know, you have to find something within yourself to understand that life is worth way more than 10,000 bucks, right? It sucks and it's gonna always be that way. But being alive is so much better than being dead, right? You could be alive and be in millions of dollars. If you learn that, if you learn that right now, right? This is my shitty advice to life and the worst financial advice I'll ever give anybody. If all of you listening and all of you understand that at the end of life, right? If you don't make your wife sign anything, if you don't do anything, and even if you do, at the end of life, all of your debt goes away. All of everything goes away, right? You could go the entire time making, you know, and sure, you won't get credit as often, you won't do things like that. But you can keep going, live, you know, live your paychecks. People will try to come collect from you. You'll never end up in jail because of it, right? You will if it becomes fraud. But if you just keep going, you can always make that. And so, like, finding the value in life until you make it happen, really, it's so much better than being gone, right? I'm sorry you're going through that. $10,000 is sucks, right? Right now, when you're not able to work, you're not doing anything. It sucks. But, you know, and I know GoFundMe's don't work the same way as they always do and things like that. But there is so many things that you can do to attempt to try something. We go back into, you know, um, you know, side hustles, grinding, right? If you can get yourself healthy and they can figure it out, hey, now we can go find a job and we work ourselves into it. So, but I never want to see anybody take their own life, especially because of a small debt and especially because of, you know, life giving them a few lemons.
So I'm going to take the other side of the argument.
Yeah.
When you're in that deep kind of debt, you feel a lot of despair.
Yeah.
And especially when they're calling constantly asking for money. Because it's not like they call and they ask you for money.
Right.
They call and they tell you you're a piece of shit because you're not paying them money. You end up going down a really deep, dark hole.
Yeah.
And literally anything else feels better than that. So I understand that despair, and I get why at some point you would just say, fuck it, it's just not worth this. Because again, life should be precious, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it is.
Right.
There's a lot of shit that goes on that you're just like, you know what? None of this shit's worth it anymore. There was a lady in England a few years ago that decided at, I'm going to say age 76, I could be wrong. I'm good. And I'm just going to bow out at that point. And it's been nice knowing all of you.
Right.
And, you know, she had help ending her life. And for her, that was good. She lived a full life. She saw the things she wanted to see. She was good with her family, and she just didn't want to be a burden on anybody. And she said, all right, I'm out.
Perfect timing.
You find a lot of these people and they feel like they're a burden. So I just uploaded a suicide awareness episode for Mad Men.
Yeah.
And you feel like you're a burden and you don't want to burden anybody. And you don't want to continue to call the same people and lay your fucking problems out for them. You just kind of want to fade away. And that's what happens a lot of times with people that decide to end their life. They're just like, you know what? I don't want to bother anybody with this bullshit. It's bullshit. I'm going to go away and it will be better because nobody will have to put up with my bullshit anymore. And Nick and I will tell you all the time, we'd rather put up with your bullshit. But at the same time, we understand that feeling. It's understandable. It's shitty. But we get it. You got to find reasons to keep moving forward.
It's very hard. You know, one thing I learned the other day from talk show radio was Free Beer and Hot Wings. I was listening to them, right? And my wife and I listened to trivia.
Mhm.
And one of the questions was, true or false, uh, your brain automatically thinks 80% of negative thoughts.
Yep. True.
It is true, right?
Mhm.
It is. And so when you think of that, right? So it's hard to find that 20%. I mean, 80/20 is a very, very tough rule, right? I mean, if you lost everything 80% of the time, it's hard to try for that 20%. But again, like it's worth trying. It's worth making the ability. Um, I hope that you make the right decision. And again, if one therapist can't talk, there's always hotlines that you can talk, and they're free, right?
988.
Yep.
Dial
So
988.
there you go.
So here's one for you, Nick. Do I still need life insurance?
Yeah.
I'm 61 and my 500,000 K term life insurance policy expires in a few months. My two kids are finishing up college in 2025 and will graduate debt free. Wife and I make over 300,000 combined. I have about 1.2 million in our 401ks and about 200K in savings and mutual funds. We have less than 150,000 left on our mortgage at 3.5%, no other debt. We each have life insurance through our employers at one time our salary, but we want to retire in the next 5 to 6 years. Am I crazy not to renew and extend my term life insurance policy at this point?
Not crazy at all. I don't see the problem here.
No, I would say that you're at the perfect time to say, yeah, I don't need to pay for this anymore. Again, you're going to retire in 5 to 6 years, which is another 5 to 6 years. You can take that, let's say it's a $40 a month payment. It's term, let's say it's $15 a month.
Sure.
I mean, you're older, but let's say it's $15 a month.
Yep.
So we're 3 times, so what's that, $900 a year?
Yeah.
So you could take that $900 and put it into literally anything else and get conservatively 5%. I think you're better off doing that at this point because you don't have any big bills. If you die in the next 5 years and you're on the job, you get one time your salary, which I don't know what you make, but that might be enough to pay off the house.
So they said 300 between the two of them.
Yeah.
150, 150.
So it might be enough to pay off the house, and then the wife doesn't have to worry about that, or vice versa.
Well,
Yeah, I think that you're at the perfect time to say I don't need to do that anymore.
and to me, 61. So you're going to retire at retirement age, which means you're going to start getting Social Security.
Yep.
I mean, you can already do it now.
Maybe they're not retiring at retirement age. Maybe they're retiring early. Let's say they're
Well,
retiring
they said
at 60.
61.
Oh, they did say they were
Isn't that what you
61?
said? Right? Yeah, he said he was 61 years old.
Okay, well then, yeah, they're getting Social Security.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right. They're 61.
61 years old. Kids have no debt.
Yep.
Sure. Now here becomes the wants, right? Do you want to leave them more? Do you want to do whatever? But like, really, for you personally,
Mhm.
you don't need it. You don't. The only thing I would say is, hey, the $15 a month, just make that a payment towards your burial,
Yeah.
your cremation or whatever the heck you're doing, towards your,
Pay that ahead of time.
Yeah, exactly.
Get that shit taken care of now
Done.
because it's way cheaper.
Yep. And you have enough money. You have enough money that you're going to live off of. Go back to you're not going to live for. I mean, even if you live another 40 years, sure. But all that's going to do is make sure that other things are paid for, right? And
Right.
you owe 150. You owe 150 on your house. You just said you have between savings and another account, 200. Worst case, you do that. You got 1.2 sitting in another account. You're beautiful. You're sitting just fine.
Totally agree.
Do you wanna read this one?
Sure.
I didn't read it.
Nice long one.
I just know that you enjoy the word boomer.
Boomer's dad, financial lessons. My dad entered the post-college workforce in 1982. I was 5.
I was not.
You were not. He sat me down the other day to lecture me about how I must be horrible with money because I'm unable to save $500 a month on my $47,000 a year salary. He boasted about how in 1982, money was really tight, but he was still able to put $250 away each month to start building a stock portfolio. He said it was simple because he shared a 2-bedroom house with 3 other guys and suggested that I do the same. They each paid $175 per month in rent. He tried to humble me by saying his starting salary was $22,000 a year, so I should be lucky to make the kind of money I'm making. Adjusted for inflation, 22,000 in 1982 is just shy of $70,000 per year today. So yeah, I must suck at money. Edit. Thanks for all the feedback. I posted this because it was more of a chuckle or a mildly infuriating sigh, since my dad doesn't comprehend how much the cost of living has changed, and saving for a house right now is not in the cards. I'm not mad at him or whining about it. I'm content with my life at the moment and living comfortably, not at home, with my modest 401k. So,
This person is at home.
no, they're living not at home.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So my initial thought is what happens with all of these generations is they get older and they look at everything through the lens of what they grew up with. So somebody saw an 80s video yesterday and they go, "My God, that must have been a crazy time to live. How crazy is that shit to look at?" I'm like, "Fuck, the 80s were great." Because I turned 10 in 1987. For me, the 80s were great. Were they necessarily great for this country? Not necessarily. Reagan was president. He fucked a lot of shit up. But as a, preteen, the 80s were awesome. That's my favorite decade, and it will be until the day I die. But looking through the lens of the 80s and applying it to now are two vastly different things. Things were cheaper then, obviously, because it was 40 plus years ago. So 1980 would have been 43 years ago. 44 years ago. It's 2024, right? So it would have been 44 years ago.
Yeah.
Shit changes in 44 fucking years. Okay?
What?
They don't necessarily look at anything through the lens of what today actually is. I make right now a shitty salary for 2024
Yeah.
because adjusted for inflation, I would have been in that $22,000, $23,000 range. That's not great. That's not progress in 40 fucking years. It's just not. I'm great at my job. I'm a subject matter expert. I'm the best at what I do. I make 70,000 a year. It's not bad. It's not great. It's livable. Do I think I'm underpaid? Sure I do. Do they think I'm overpaid? Sure they do.
Yeah.
This is life. You figure out ways to make it happen. But what I will never do, because I want to be better than the boomers, is I will never go to a young person and go, "You know what? When I was 16 years old starting out, I made $4.25 an hour. You should be happy with what you get at McDonald's for 13 or 14 because you make $10 an hour more than I did." I was a high school kid. I didn't need the fucking money. I did it because I didn't need a job. I wanted a job to earn money.
Yeah.
I didn't need to do that. Kids nowadays need to do that.
Yeah. Well, and back in our day, right? Saying we could buy a pack of gum for 25 cents.
Absolutely.
Right.
Get 5 sticks of gum,
I don't-
25
the
cents.
fucking cheapest gum I've seen lately, $2.
Easy.
I mean, right? Like that's being nice. Like the cheapest gum I've seen. Besides the gumball machine.
How many times do you go someplace and go, "I'm not fucking paying that"?
All the time lately. Let's say I'm getting to an annoying part of my life.
Here's a question because I know you.
Yeah.
McChickens.
Yeah.
How much will you pay for a McChicken?
Fucking $1.
Will you pay $1.25?
Yeah.
Will you pay $1.50?
No.
Under protest, maybe.
Yeah, I say if I'm at the place that is $1.50, it's the only thing around, and the McDouble isn't like $1.80.
Yeah, let's say the McDouble's $2.30 because it went up
yeah,
in price
It's
too.
$1.50. I'll probably pay the fucking $1.50. You got me. But now they have the new $5 meal, so at $1.50, I'm probably getting the $5 meal.
Just so you know, 84th Street McDonald's.
Yeah, $1 McChickens.
$1 McChickens.
Yeah, with 2 for $3 breakfast burritos.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Nah, you shouldn't say, but yeah.
Yeah, $1 McChickens.
Yep, no.
And if you order in the app, you get $1 fry to go with it. $3.18
Yeah.
out the door.
I actually cashed in a Whopper yesterday,
Did you?
or sorry, Jesus, a Big Mac.
Did
I
you?
had enough points because I've been eating out way too often. But yeah, well, I can go. I will travel for that, right?
Yeah.
My car gets good enough gas mileage. I don't really care. And
You'll,
people,
you'll drive 5-10 minutes out the way.
yeah, people are like, oh, you didn't save any money. I eat fucking 10 McChickens. Okay, I save plenty of money. It's like, no, but like, right, it's that type of stuff when I was drinking pop. I mean,
Yeah.
McDonald's would run the dollar. I would go through the drive-through just for a pop because it was cheaper than going into the gas station to get a bottle of pop.
Yep.
I get 44 ounces of fountain. I didn't have to stand in the machine and pull it.
Yep.
I didn't do whatever. My fat lazy ass could just sit there and it was $1, and I got a 44-ounce large fucking soda.
Don said to me the other day, you know, right now at Wendy's, you can get $1 pop in the app. Yeah, I do, because they have a freestyle machine. Sometimes I'll go get a vanilla root beer just for the shits and giggles.
Yeah. Well, and that's so I'm very frustrated with it. Okay, so we talk about beef jerky, right?
Yeah.
Okay, David, what makes it so that way it can be buy one get one free?
What do you mean?
Why is it buy one get one free right now?
Fuck it, I know.
Okay. Are they still making money?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
100% they're still making
So
money.
why the fuck is it $9 for one bag, but right now I can get 2 for $9?
Because they can.
Right? You know,
This is the shit that pisses me off all the time, especially when you look at election stuff.
Mhm.
Well, Trump will make the prices lower. No, he fucking won't. He doesn't give a shit about the fucking prices. And by the way, all you motherfuckers that love capitalism, this is what capitalism is. They go, how much is the most I can charge for this item? And people will still fucking buy it.
Right.
That's capitalism.
Yeah, and that's the idea is that's it, right? Do you have the item that people want to buy
Mhm.
for what amount of money, right? I was importing fidgets for
Yeah.
23 cents, I think is what I was buying them
Yeah.
for, right?
And how much were you selling them for?
Oh, $5, $7, $10. I mean, you literally just say ship, right? And if you got the metal ones,
Mhm.
because I just get a random box and metal ones go for $10. You know, the plastic shit ones, right? Give them $5 and just here you go, right? Like
Yep.
it was. What are people willing to pay for it, right? Sure. Oh, you could have just given. You know, that's the hard part is right. Me as a person, like you know, how many gave away. I'm just like here, fuck it, take it, right? I don't really care. Like I made money hand over fist,
Mhm.
right? And so you know, granted, not millions, but you know, just enough money to get by and enjoy that month, right? That free case of Bud Light for that month. I'm like, hell yeah.
People say that shit all the time at break room. They'll come in and they'll be like, why are you charging $100 for that 75-inch TV? Because somebody will pay $100 for that 75-inch TV. Well, it's not worth it. Okay.
Okay.
Then don't buy it.
Yeah.
I have a $30 TV over here. What might you like that instead? Well, it's smaller.
Correct.
Right.
Let's see.
I'm not telling you you have to buy any fucking TV.
Yep.
You're here already. You've already bought a package. Here's some extra stuff you could throw on that's maybe a once in a lifetime type thing. You're like, oh my God, I'd love to break a 75-inch TV.
Right. Well, I mean, I want to come in and break a printer full of fucking toner. Like, I don't ever get that lucky. So,
We literally just had that
I know.
a little over a week ago. It was horrible.
So I got a quick fun one.
All right.
This is an opinionated one. Should I fire my financial advisor?
Yes.
Okay. Let's say I have no personal issues with him, but I feel like I can park my money in several ETFs
Mhm.
and do nothing and save the 1% I pay him. I have a rollover Roth and a rollover 401k. I have 295,000 and I'm 38. Edit. My advisor does not meet with me and he only answers emails when I send them. I do not know my return. The app tells me daily, but the total gains and losses turned off and it tells me I can't view the information. He is big on dividends, so I'm in a lot of individual stocks and a few ETFs and a couple mutual funds.
I'm big on dividends.
What's your opinions?
My opinion is if you have any basic investing knowledge,
Seems like this person does.
you don't need a financial advisor. They don't they don't necessarily know more than somebody that reads up and spends time researching this stuff. So I went to school for this. Am I a better investor now than I was before I went to school? Sure, I understand it better. Am I better because I have the degree? No. I got good at this because I learned a few easy tricks and I was able to move that into, okay, I'm going to have to be okay taking some losses here and there. But what I'm really looking for is to hit a couple home runs.
Yep.
And we've talked about it before on the show. When we had COVID, I took 10 grand of Caitlin's money and I put it in dividend paying stocks.
Yeah.
I think she's about 66-33% between plus and minus.
Okay.
So she's done better on 66% than the 33% that have lost money.
Sure.
And have they lost a ton of money, that 33%? No, not necessarily. Some of them have lost an okay amount. Some of them have lost, just a few dollars here and there.
Yeah.
But I mean, she has one stock that's gained her like 8 grand. And she's got another one that's gained her like 3.
Off of 10 grand. That's
Off of-
huge.
yeah.
It's amazing.
I bought her some Apple stock. The Apple stock did great. I bought her AVGO, which is Broadcom Inc. That did phenomenal.
Yep.
And again, I look at it and
Nope, you're good.
what you need to do is have some basic knowledge, look at trends, and look at the industry.
Yep.
And when you're doing those things, you have a pretty good idea of what you can do with that money.
Yeah. And I mean, my opinion is if you have a financial advisor and you're keeping track, you already know what the hell to do,
Yep.
right? So, you said, "Hey, I'd like to go into here. I'd like to do that." Yeah, there's no point in paying this guy that extra amount of money.
Correct.
Now, I will tell you, right? I technically have a financial advisor,
Mm-hmm.
right? But it's only for certain funds and certain things. Because I really. But here's what happened in my life. I brought a bank a significant amount of money.
Mhm.
The bank guaranteed me, 5.25%, and they're giving me a loan on my money for 3%. So they're giving me a loan on half of my money. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So I'm giving myself a positive 2% interest rate loan to keep my money. So if you find a financial advisor that can do things that you need or
Yeah.
want, yeah, they're worth it. I can never do that by myself. I can never create that type of a thing, a security, right? I have a securities-based thing is what's happening. And sure, when somebody tells me, "Hey, I can give you guaranteed 5% and I'll charge you 3% on your own money," I'm gaining 2%. Like my brain,
Yeah.
okay, great. Why wouldn't I do this, right? And we'll see what happens with it. But so if that person's doing nothing except for, and they're going to answer an email, who knows? It's probably not even them answering an email. It's an intern, right? So,
Right.
I don't think you need a financial advisor. 38 years old, plenty smart. I think you got it by yourself.
You're gonna love this one.
Yeah.
What free things online should everyone take advantage of?
Okay.
The internet is a goldmine of free resources just waiting to be tapped into. But how many of us are actually taking full advantage of what's out there? From free courses that could boost your career to money-saving tools that help you keep more cash in your pocket, there are countless opportunities that don't cost a dime. If you're not making the most of these, you could be missing out on some serious value. So what are the best free things online that everyone should be taking advantage of, whether you're looking to learn, save, or even make money? Here are some of the top no-cost resources that could benefit you in ways you haven't even considered. Are you ready to hear these, Nick?
I absolutely am.
You can get paid $225 per month while watching movie previews. If we told you that you could get paid while watching videos on your computer, you'd probably laugh. It's too good to be true, right? But we're serious.
Sure is.
By signing up for a free account with Inbox Dollars, you could add up to $225 per month into your pocket. They'll send you short surveys every day, which you can fill out while you watch some baked brownies or catch up on the latest Kardashian drama. No, Inbox Dollars won't replace your full-time job, but it's something easy you can do while you're already on the couch tonight, wasting time on your phone. Unlike other sites, Inbox Dollars pays you in cash. They should be sponsoring us right now, just so you know.
They
Many fucking
should.
times as I've said that stupid
was-
fucking name.
What was the name of it?
Inbox Dollars.
Dollars.
No points or gift cards. It's already paid its users more than 56 million. Signing up takes about a minute. You'll immediately receive a $5 bonus to get you started. So I've seen these sites before.
Yeah.
A lot of work, little reward. Usually a higher cash out value, especially if they're giving you $5. You probably can't cash out until you're at 25
Right.
bucks, which I hate that shit. I think there's probably better ways to make money online than that. I like the next one, Nick.
Yeah.
Cancel your car insurance. You might not even realize it, but your car insurance company is probably overcharging you. Do you realize that?
I did not. That's my fault.
In fact, they're probably counting on you not noticing. Luckily, this problem is easy to fix. Don't waste time browsing internet sites for a better deal. A company called Insurify, which I have used and has not worked well for me, shows you all the options at once. People who do this save up to $996 per year. So I just shopped my auto insurance around.
Yeah.
I shopped it to the more popular companies out there. I had Progressive. It was costing me about $2,800 for 6 months. I ended up going with Liberty Mutual for, I want to say it's about 220 bucks a month for a year.
Okay.
So considerably less.
Yeah.
There are these sites like Insurify that you can get multiple quotes at. They're not necessarily bad, but it's still a lot of work to get the information in. Shopping your insurance is not quick. It's time consuming unless you have an agent.
It's like find an agent, right? I mean,
Well, even if you have an agent, they can only work with certain things. So you have an agent, and they can deal with like 7 or 8 companies.
mine is 30.
Okay, so they can't necessarily deal with all of them.
Right.
You know, they might be able to deal with State Farm and Liberty Mutual and Progressive, but they can't deal with Geico and Allstate.
Right.
So you're still only getting a portion of what you may need.
Yep.
Um,
Well, the other thing is Michigan, you have to have insurance, right?
Mhm.
There's other states you don't have
Yeah,
to.
you have to
take
have
the
it.
risk. Granted, people don't have it all the time, but that's how they end up getting sued and they're in debt for the rest of their life. So
Yep.
anybody telling you to cancel your insurance, I think is just absolutely ridiculous. But if you don't have a car and you're paying car insurance on something, sure. I've done that. I sold a house and I was paying house insurance for over a year and just kind of forgot that I didn't own it anymore. So, yeah, looking at your insurance is definitely, you know what, the tip I'm giving is, yeah, shop your car insurance, shop your house insurance. Make sure
you're looking at it.
because, when you sit down with your guys and go, hey, yeah, I need all these quoted out. It's just kind of different.
Get paid to help cure your chronic health condition, up to $3,000. These things do happen.
Yeah. I did that with my throat.
You did.
Yep.
Did it help?
Yes.
Are you still on that medication?
No.
Why?
Because it was a case study and
It cost
don't
too
re-
much money.
they don't release it.
Oh, they
It's not-
didn't?
It's not available.
They
And
still haven't.
they won't be able to tell me if and when it becomes available.
Oh, that's fun.
Yep. So that's the negative of it, right?
Yeah.
You found something to change your life and make you better, and you will never find out what that is unless you track down and keep with the trend and say, oh, is there a new something that became available?
Right.
Yep.
So those things are out there. They can help. They can pay you.
Yep.
Again, you
You got to qualify.
have to qualify and you have to be willing to take either the medication or the placebo. They don't tell you which.
Correct.
Bank up to 4.2% APY with this savings account.
It's not horrible.
It's not. And again, those are they kind of ebb and flow depending on what's going on with the economy. So, always looking for higher interest accounts is great.
Yep.
Let this app cover you up to $250 with no interest. Even small financial missteps
Stop it.
can come with painful consequences. Anybody who's ever had an overdraft key can tell you that. That's why we like a money app called Clio. It can cover you up to $250 to avoid overdraft fees. No interest, no credit card check, no deposit required. It's a cheeky chatbot that's also programmed to help track your spending and crush your bad monthly habits. Don't know what it does or doesn't cost. Don't really give a shit.
Yeah. Don't take out loans.
I'm going to say this with all due respect. Know where the fuck your money's going.
Right.
I hate that shit. I need somebody else to watch. No, you don't need anybody else to watch your fucking money. Just watch your fucking money. I had this argument the other day because Angela goes, Well, you and Dawn don't seem to fight about money anymore. Right. Because she doesn't know what the fuck we have and don't have because I just got sick of arguing with her about it. So we don't talk about it anymore.
Yep.
If I bring it up and I'm like, oh, we're tight, then if I want to go buy a stick of gum, I hear, well, you can't afford that stick of gum. We have no money.
Yeah.
So I just never talked to her about any money ever. And she goes, well, if you bought it, then we must have the money for it. And that's the end of the story.
So Courtney and I had this lunch conversation, whatever.
Yep.
And I got a big packet of stuff for an investment opportunity, right?
Okay.
And I mean, I'm telling you, this is 100 fucking pages. Okay, I was expecting like a quick pamphlet booklet, like, hey, I get the base. And I was like, oh, I'm not fucking reading this. So, and so she's like, hey, what's that for? And I said, hey, it's this investment opportunity. They want me to be an investor. And she's like, oh, okay, blah, blah. And so I was like, what are you investing in? Right? Like, just trying to fucking make a joke. And she's like, I don't know. I have 2 accounts that I'm pretty sure are losing money, and I don't actually know. And I was like, cool, that was a good conversation. I'm glad we fucking like. But it was like, I'm not gonna sit here and fight you and talk to you about it because, like, I know she doesn't give a shit, right? It was more of a, don't try to appease me. I'm gonna go talk to David because we're gonna both enjoy what I'm fucking investing in.
You wish that she would just care a little bit.
A little,
Just a little.
yeah,
It doesn't have to be a lot.
right.
Somebody said to me the other day, they're like, well, what's in Dawn's 401k? And I went, what 401k? And they went, well, she's married to you. You mean she doesn't have a retirement account? I said, she has a tiny bit of a retirement account when I put my money into it. She
Yeah.
doesn't do shit.
Yeah, she needs to.
And they're like, but why? I'm like, because she doesn't fucking care. That's why. And I'm sick of having the argument. So I put money into an account for her. It's not as much as she should have. But again, she's self-employed. So
Right.
shit happens.
Yeah, no, and I mean, Courtney, she has one because, and it's funny because, right, I talked to Angela, and, and it's, oh, you force her to do it. Yes, yep. You know what?
100%.
I'm not afraid to fucking admit those words. Well, blah, blah. And so we fight about it, and it's like, no, like, yes, I do force my wife to do things, right? I force my kid to fucking brush her teeth, okay? Yes, I force a grown ass adult to fucking be a grown ass adult, right? I hate to say it like that, but it's like, God, I will not let my wife be financially,
Fucked.
yeah, right? I mean, for the most part, right?
So your wife has the same retirement plan that I have
Yes,
through her job.
yes,
So there's a group of 4 people at work that use me to manage their 403Bs.
Yep.
3 of them, So I'm on a call the other day at work with Ashley, who
Yep.
you know. Hey, Ash, did you make those changes I sent to you a week or so ago? No, I haven't done that yet. It's on my list. I'm like, you need to get on it. She's like, yeah, I know. Christy, who's your age,
yeah.
a couple years older than you, she goes, immediately when I send the email, she goes, I don't know how to do this one. You have to do it for me. So literally, she shared her screen and she gave me control of her screen, and I just went and made changes for her because she didn't want to figure it out. I'm
Right.
like, you totally could have figured it out. She goes, probably could have, but I did half of it. So aren't you impressed? Cool.
So there you go. Yeah.
And the other Jessica, she's like, I'd like to talk to you about other investments. I'm like, great, let's sit down and talk. I said, to make a great Bucks and Brews episode. Still waiting.
Still waiting.
And again, I tell them all the time, listen, I'm just showing you exactly what I'm doing with my accounts. This is what I would do if I'm you. And they've all made money
yeah.
because they listen. They might not listen right away, so they may make more or less than me, depending on, when they make trades. But this is what I would do. So this is my suggestion to you so that hopefully you can afford to retire one day. One of the people that I help is in her 50s.
Yeah.
I don't know if she'll be able to retire because I don't know what the fuck's in her account. Will Jessica and Ashley be able to retire? Yeah, if they make the moves I'm telling them to make, they'll be able to retire. They'll be very happy.
Yep. I mean, and I look at my wife and, hey, anything's better than nothing, and I'm not going to try to force you in anything and try to teach you anything. Just do the basic, right? And that's how funny it is, right? Again, I'm sitting here on a financial podcast,
Yep.
and my own wife,
Won't do it.
right, will do the very basic, and that's all
Bare
I need.
minimum.
That's all I need from these viewers.
Yeah.
Just do the fucking very minimum, right? I don't care if the only thing you take from me is $5 or $10 a fucking week into an
Mhm.
account that you never touch, and just keep it going, right? Just keep it. Never touch it. Never touch it. Thank me in fucking 50 years or whatever it is, and put it in a trust. Do it. Granted that's too much work, but like, just keep it going. And then when you go on to the kids, write them a fucking letter that says you never touch this fucking money. Create generational wealth for fucking years and years from now.
Well, and I sit there and I look at it. I don't know if Caitlin's ever going to have kids. She's knocking on 30, not in a relationship.
Yeah.
That may just pass her by.
Yep.
And I mean, it passed me by. I only have her.
Right.
So I just want her to be able to live comfortably until she drops dead.
Yep.
So everything I do is focused on that. I've asked her time and time again, hey, do you want to look at this? And she'll look at it with me, but she looks at it with me like what I would look at soccer shit with you,
Right.
or
I'm glad I'm spending time.
bowling shit. What I would look at, hey, look at this bowler. Yep, that's a bowler. No real understanding, no real caring, just looks at it to appease you, like your wife does with money. It's not worth my time to sit here and try to break it down.
Right.
If I drop dead, there's other people that can help her. I said that to Angela the other day, and I'm like, yeah, Nick came to the realization the other day that not everybody has $100,000 in their fucking bank account. And she goes, why would you want him to handle your daughter's money then if he doesn't have that realization? I said, because Nick's really fucking good at money because he thinks everybody should have $100,000 in their bank account.
Yeah. Because I can get you to that point.
Yeah.
Right.
I said, Nick's
That's it.
great with money. He just doesn't have a realization of what other people have and don't fucking have. I don't really care about that shit.
Yeah.
I don't care what they have and don't have either. I care what my kid has.
That's it. Right. Like, I mean, I don't know why I've been checking my betterment quite a bit. Just I do it. I find myself because it's around the election time.
Yep.
And I'm sitting here going, oh yeah, I'm losing some fucking funds. I'm losing some money. I don't give a shit. Like, right? It's set for fucking years and years from now.
My 403B has been doing killer this year.
But I'm saying like this last week.
Yeah. I
Right.
mean, it's going to be up and down because nobody knows what's going to happen.
Exactly. Everything. And so it's fun to watch. It's
Yeah.
fun to do. But yeah, that's the whole point. Is like, hey, my kid was 6 months old. So I tested it before. Then she was 6 months old and I started it at $25 a fucking week. Here she is 9 years old and it is sitting at 32,000 some odd dollars. Like
Yeah.
9 years has done that,
Mhm.
like this is, guys, do the fucking bare minimum, man. Like the bare minimum, even if you did $10, your first 6 months on Betterment is free, right? And worst case scenario, we'll reach out to them and say, hey, Bucks and Brews, if we get 20 fucking people to sign up, I'll guarantee you fucking get at least 3 months for free.
Well, we sit there and we talk about some of the investments I made for Caitlin
Yeah.
during COVID and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't recommend that anybody picks specific company stocks. That's not a great way to go do things.
Yep.
I did it because I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a basis in this.
And you're willing to learn, or you're willing to risk it and to
100%. If I cashed in everything she had right now, she's put in about 17. She's probably sitting at about 40.
Yeah.
Nick, she's been invested since 2018. So we're talking 6 years.
Yep.
And she's more than doubled her money. Good or bad?
It's huge.
That's great.
That's huge.
I can't sit there and complain about what I've done with her money. Are there losses in there? Absolutely. There's some stocks that went right in the shitter and they're worth nothing now and she has nothing.
And it will be, yeah.
But there's some that just fucking took off. And I bought Exxon at the beginning of the pandemic when it was at like $38 a share.
Yeah.
It's at like 115.
Yeah.
I should dump it right fucking
I
now.
mean, honestly, you should, right? I mean,
And I might, because I've been thinking about that for the last month or so.
if you want my real opinion, this is an opinion, not a financial thing.
Correct.
David, if your team wins, that's going to play an effect with Exxon Mobil, right? With that. So you're at a huge high. Figure out what their all-time high is, type of a thing, but then make that risk. But if you're already thinking about it,
Yeah, I've been thinking about it for
My
the last month or so.
one side is fuck the Green New Deal or New Green Deal or whatever. The other side is we're doubling down on this motherfucker. So, get rid of I mean, you've quadrupled your fucking
Yep.
money. Like, in worst case scenario, and here's what I tell people all the time: if you regret it, you can always buy it back.
So what I did with Amazon, because I bought Amazon at the beginning of the pandemic,
Yeah.
and it lost money immediately.
Yeah, of course, because everybody thought they weren't going to deliver.
Right. So then I waited until they did their stock split. So they did their stock split, and Caitlin ended up being like, I don't know, maybe $500 over what we paid.
Sure.
And I'm like, I'm dumping all of this. And I started looking at, what analysts were saying, and they're like, well, it's at 175, but we really think it's going to get up to 190. And I'm like, all right, well, I bought one share and they turned it into 10. So I'm going to sell 10 fucking shares. And then I'm going to buy back 4.
Yeah.
So I bought back 4 shares, and it's probably $200-300 up right now from when I bought it. Because again,
192 right now.
okay, so and I bought it at like maybe 180, maybe.
Sure.
So it's up $12.
Yeah.
She's making money.
I say it's nothing on one, but it's the fun when it gets to multiple, right?
Well, and
So you're up $12, which is $48, and so right on the 4 stocks, you're not halfway, but you're a quarter of the way to another stock,
yeah,
right? And that's the whole fun. That's what I love about stocks and is owning multiple shares of things.
well,
'Cause,
I
like
always reinvest the dividends.
always, that's what's made me so much money for
Yeah,
my Betterment account.
well, that's why I did dividend stocks. Like Amazon was not one, but I'm like, all right, they're worth a lot. I'm just going to buy a share.
Yeah.
And I don't regret buying the share.
Yep.
And again, I bought CVS. CVS sounded like a great idea at the time.
Ouch.
CVS has done shit.
Yeah, they're
Okay, they're down.
Yep.
And it's not looking great. Their mail order is going to keep them afloat.
Yeah.
But that's one, if I could go back, I probably wouldn't have bought that. But did I know Broadcom was going to do what it did? Fuck no. I would have bought way more of that if I had known.
2020. When did you buy CVS?
It was probably April-ish
Of this year?
of 2020.
Oh. April 2020 was at 62. It's actually not sitting horrible for you right now. You're only down like $6.
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's not
But
great.
you should have sold it in 2022.
We'll see, and I buy and hold.
Yeah, no, of course, and that's what. But like, and that's the hard part is right. I'm over here day trading, right? So are we done with the Reddit questions?
Yeah, I'd say so. We've done a pretty lengthy couple episodes.
Okay. As always, guys, like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family. We appreciate you listening. The viewers on Twitch, the viewers on Podbean, and
YouTube
watching us on YouTube. Sorry about the explosion. We might throw just the explosion clip up there. I think we'd get a shit ton of hits.
We probably would.
But again, thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you next week.
We'll talk to you in like 3 weeks because Nick just forgot he's going on vacation and then I'm out the week after that. So we'll talk to you guys really soon.
You've dialed in.
To Box and Brews, you might hear something
You can use.
like tips on your cash or tips on the suds.
You're gonna want to
The
use.
smarts of these
Because
stuff.
they know the brews.
And they know the box, and they know they can't help the stubborn fucks.
So listen up, because shit's not funny.
And save yourself some
Beer money. Bucks.
and brews.
Bucks and
Bucks
brews.
and brews.
Brews.
Bucks and brews.